hard to believe that 1 year has passed since the transition of our brother and friend, Yinka Odumakin. One of the most painful experiences of life is when people who give you your best memories become memories themselves. Yinka was special to so many of us, just as he made different things to different people. For me, my memory of him remains that of a dependable personal friend, a loyal political associate, and a devout and resolute defender of federalism, social justice, and all the political virtues he believed in. My relationship with him spanned many decades, and in spite of our diverse trajectories of our political journeys, we remained friends and allies until breath his last. Yinka was that friend that you will find helpful in every political situation. He built an incredible but impressive network of relationships that came in handy at any point of need in politics and democratic struggles. He built bridges across political, ethnic, religious, and even ideological divides. But this never compromised his resolute commitment to the enthronement of social justice and a social and political order that guarantees peace, justice, and equity to all. He had an incredible energy that was as prodigious as his network of friends. He was everywhere at every time, bringing with ideas on how to make Nigeria better. You may disagree with his opinion, but never with his commitment to a better society and democracy. We are saddened by his passage, but are consoled by the legacies he left behind. A legacy of commitment to truth and enthronement of a society based on equity, justice, and fairness. Nigeria is a work in progress, and there is no doubt that as we work for the betterment of our society, the indelible memory of exploits of Yinka Odumakin will remain evergreen. There can be no better way to reward his memory than to work assiduously for the achievement of a better society to which he committed his life. My heart goes out to my sister Jo Odumakin, the children and the entire Odumakin family. You have been in our thoughts every single day of the past year. We know that what will never bring Yinka back and cannot blot out the pains of your loss. We want you to know that you are in our minds. It is no doubt that it has been one painful year without your loved one. It is our prayer that God shall continue to minister to you, console and strengthen you and the children. We are gratified at the fact that you have kept the torch alight and burning. You have in your own right proven your worth as a defender of truth, justice, as an ideal society for the good of all. There can be no better tribute to the memory of your dear husband, our dear brother and friend, and to remain committed to the fight for a fair and just society which defined Yinka's life.
And Your Excellencies, Iba Gani Adams, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it gives me a great pleasure to stand here today to speak in memory of one who is very dear to me, my brother from another mother. Many of you have known him for years, and you can talk about him. I knew him for a short while. I remember the day Yinka and I first met. It was like magnets and iron fibers. Until his death, we were never separated. I thank God for his life. I'm only imagining today, if the dead can only look back. Many would not believe they do. My faith says they do. Because the Bible says in Hebrews chapter 12 that we are surrounded by a cloud of witnesses. And not only that, we are in the midst of the spirits of just men made perfect. I'm sure if he will look back today, he will realize that he had not labored in vain and he did not die in vain. I thank God for his life and for the time we had together. The first day I set my eyes on Jo Odumakin was in this hall. It was January 7, 2010. It was the first day I first saw the guest lecturer also physically. I'd read about him, I'd known him. It was in this hall we gave birth to the Save Nigeria group. And we marched across the country and did so many things together that I treasure. My short sentence is simple. The memory of the just is blessed forever. It is in the name of the wicked that we rot. And when people with love become a memory becomes a treasure. I will continue to treasure his life, his dedicated service, his loyalty, his friendship forever. I saw his driver this morning. He can testify. If I will call Yinka at 2 a.m., say, Yinka, there's a challenge. So I'll see you in 30 minutes. He had no personal security. He would drive himself. He was fearless. And he had done his bit. It's not how long, it's how well.
Well, my speech will be brief. Just to thank Dr. Joe Odumakin for putting down the foundation of legacy for my good friend, Comrade Yinka Odumakin. Two things. One, having a program like this as a lecture, and at the same time launching a book that will reflect everything he can have done when he was alive. The second thing, by laying a foundation on Yinka Odumakin that will give room for the generation that is coming to know what Yinka impact on the life of common people in Nigeria. I think when you are praying for a wife, you should pray that God should give you a good wife that will defend you when you live this wicked life. When I got information from her 3 days ago, and I asked her what the content of the program. She said, we launched a book for him, and at the same time, we lay a foundation that we pledge in the name of Yinka Odumakin. And I'll pray for her, and at the same time, my guidance angel pray for her. Because the vacuum Yinka Odumakin left is not easy to fill by any activist in Nigeria. But he is a man, in 24 hours, he always thinks about the progress of this country. And at the same time, he won't forget his ally. And he is a man that when Yinka Odumakin should be as a friend, he will never betray you. I remember most of the time, some of our courage comes that we have differences in different organizations. They always accuse Yinka that anything Are do, you always support Are. You don't give us enough support. And the answer, he always gives them that Are is more consistent, and I see him as a dependable force. Anything Are said, when you go to your bed and sleep, Are will not change it. And that was one of the reasons I picked him as one of the dependable allies that I will not betray. When we lost him, it was a rude shock to every one of us. And the fear we always have is that in the time of trouble, who will defend us? In the time of trouble, who will be the dependable allies when we are being picked by the oppressors that will agitate for our release? But we thank God, like the Mr. Additional have said, that there's a twin couples, which both of them were being created to this world to be an activist. One is Babalo Iyashiku, which is Dr. Joe Odumakin. I pray that God should give you the hearts and the confidence to continue the struggle, because we still have a long way to get to the promised land.
Excited to be here today. 2 weeks ago, okay, called me and said I was going to deliver a lecture today in memory of our friend and comrade. And without allowing me to reply, said the program will run on the 15th of April. Of course, I have no choice in the matter. Unlike Dr. Adeshina, who was a very quiet student in Ife, we were contemporaries. Yinka was one of those young men who we were very proud to live in Ife when we were living. Another gentleman on the high table, only with the guys here now, was in the radical movement in Ife. We left them as members of the Alliance of Progressive Students. But he ran into some problems. He won't keep silent. He was not stop agitating for the welfare of students. And so the authorities decided to expel him and some other students. Yinka, of course, led a group of the rusticated students to our office. Again, it was another. We're in trouble, you have to defend us. What happened? We have been expelled. I said, no, you are going to go back to school because you are fighting for a just cause. I said, we prepared the papers and rushed to Ife. The university hired a very top senior advocate of Nigeria to defend the expulsion of the students. Professor Kasumo, SAN, a very respectable gentleman. And the first day I went to him, sir, these students that have been expelled are some of the best in the country. Therefore, sir, I'm going to do everything to have them back. And the fairness way he said to me, if you win the case, I will not allow the university to appeal. And indeed, we won the case, and the court ruled that the students had committed no offense known to law, that they were merely expressing their views, and that the manner of their expression was illegal because they were not given the right of hearing. Because in our submission, we had been present and the judge, that even God, who was only present, still asked Adam, where are? Why did you think that we shall ask you not to do? So why will the Vice Chancellor not give students the right of hearing? And so the court said the students should go back and train the university perpetually from harassing and intimidating them. That was how Yinka was able to complete his degree program in Ife. Now, since then, the likes of Yinka, Odumakin, continue to give us hope for the country. So to have lost him a year ago was a monumental tragedy. I'm happy we are gathered here today to honor his memory. This is not usual in Nigeria. Many people die, and you say, Kotiku, Kotiku, there are people like that in this country. But we are gathered to celebrate a man of honor, a man of integrity, a man of consistency, and a man who speaks for the future. Baba, when you came, you said you are not living us here, Baba. Because the likes of you are few in this society. And as long as we continue to allow people like you, sir, you remain a symbol of justice and you remain a symbol of intimidation. for the oppressors of our people. Of course, I can attest to the fact that Joe and Yinka have been twins for years, not when they got married. They have known themselves in the struggle. And when two of them indicated their wish to marry, we were very happy because it was not very common in our struggle to have two comrades who may decide to live together forever. Joe, even though you have lost Yinka, as they say, spent a God is the husband of a beautiful lady like you, and I'm sure he will never abandon you. The children will be greater than you and much more greater than Yinka Odumakin.